Hey folks, it's your girl, Lillie Mae of Motivational Brown Gyrlz, and it's so interesting because it is hardly ever that Amber J and I actually go live from this page. And if you don't know, this is actually the page that you should be getting the most information from us. But I want to first and foremost thank all of you guys for supporting us. We truly appreciate your support. We appreciate, you watching us on our live feed. We appreciate everything that you're doing. But this live feed that I'm bringing to you, hey, Catherine, how you doing? The reason I'm broadcasting to you live today is because I feel compelled to present a message of truth, brutal honesty, constructive criticism, and so much more to my people. To my people. And when I say my people, to my black people. Okay. First and foremost, I need you to understand something. Just because you feel like you dress in all black, hey Justin, how you doing? Just because you feel like you dress in all black like the Omen, and just because you went to a HBCU, and just because you keep a crowd of African Americans around you, and just because you speak about culture, and just because you may be affiliated or associated with things that are culturally significant in the black community, it does not make you conscious, okay? And the reason, hey Casey, I'm glad you guys are here. The three of you will understand what I'm saying. Let me recap. This live feed is strictly about being conscious and what it means, and it's going to my black people because I'm sick of y'all talking about you're conscious, but you're not doing anything to help others. All you're doing is stuff to help yourself. So let me just continue. So what I need you to understand is this. Number one, conscious is a mental. Being conscious is a mental. So I need you to understand that you can be conscious and not be woke. Because see, people that are in a coma are asleep, right? But mentally they're conscious. See, people in comas still have thoughts. So just because you say you're conscious, just because you walk around with black girl power on your shirt, or just because you have shirts with red, yellow, and green, that does not make you conscious. When you are conscious, you make every concerted effort to give back to your community. Okay? Now let's talk about this giving back thing. Just because you go and support a black-owned car wash, a black-owned restaurant, black girls that sell hair, black women that do your nails, that doesn't make you conscious. You know why? Because there was a such thing as Black Wall Street. We supported one another then, so that doesn't make you conscious. See, when you truly become woke, and see, everybody want to walk around, I'm conscious, I'm conscious. Let me tell you something. It's called cultural proficiency. When you become culturally proficient, you begin to breathe a different air, okay? When you become culturally proficient, you begin to understand that there are things that we as African Americans are accustomed to doing that a lot of people don't understand. See, when you become culturally proficient, You stop letting your children go in their bedroom and eat their lunch and their dinner, and you make them come and sit at your kitchen table and eat dinner with you. Okay? See, I'm sick of black people talking about their conscience and you stabbing your own brothers and sisters in the back. Now, hey, Mr. Oliver, how are you? Hey, LaCoya, hey, Angel. Guys, I'm talking about being conscious. Hey, Katrina, how are you guys doing? And I'm not fussing, but I'm talking about being conscious because I need my black people to stop walking around. Yeah, black power, and I'm conscious. You are not conscious. You're not conscious. Well, you know what? I take that back. You are conscious, but you need to understand that just because you're conscious doesn't mean you're woke. I need you to follow me. See, you can be conscious and be sleeping because you know until you get deep in sleep, your thought process is still rolling. Okay? So you can be conscious and be asleep. You can be conscious and be incompetent. Or you can be conscious and be woke. And see, my people, that's where I'm trying to get you guys to. See, this is what this whole Motivational Brown Girl mission is about. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of us as a black race of people walking around talking about we're conscious, but yet we're not helping one another. This is the thing. I should be able to go to one of my black brothers and sisters and say, hey, I like what you're doing, but you might want to tweak it a little bit because people aren't really, they not really feeling where you're going. See, when you become culturally proficient, you are able to have those conversations with people. The reason I'm really having this conversation with you guys is because of this. So this weekend, Amber J and I had a distinct opportunity to go to a couple of events. And in going to these events, we found that we want to do things and we want to be in the spotlight, but we don't want to do things the right way. Okay? See, what you guys need to understand, a part of this is in our mind. Because see, for so long, we tap danced and picnics were held so that people were able to choose which one of us they wanted to take with them. That's something else. If you were really conscious, you would stop calling your cookouts picnics. Look it up and find out what a picnic really is. But if you were really culturally proficient, you would understand that being in the limelight is not always a positive thing if it's not done the right way. Okay? I need y'all to follow me. You know, we want positions and we want power and we want authority, but guess what? When we get it, what do we do with it? We mess up. We forget. We start embezzling. Because see, what happens is when we get a position, we forget that we have melanated skin and we're going to always be held to a higher standard. Okay? Once again, wake up. Wake up. You're not conscious. You're not awake. All right? My black people that want businesses. If you want a business, if you have a business, if you had a business, please understand. Give me something to look forward to coming back to. Before you can operate a business, you have to have a business plan. You have to have goals and objectives. You have to have a mission statement. You have to have a vision. You have to have a 5-year plan for sustainability. See, everybody wants this gold mine. Get out of this slavery mentality. Get out of it. I can't. I'm struggling with wrapping my mental around why we have 12 black people doing the same thing in areas where the population is 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people. Why not bridge your services and have an empire for your region? See, this is the problem. This is the problem with we black people. And see, this is the thing that you people don't like about Motivational Brown Gyrlz. You don't like the fact, see, you want to talk to people that's going to dress it up and people that's going to talk about hate the white man. The white man did this to you. No, because let me tell you something. We are our own worst enemies and I'm sick of it. Okay? We have to start working together. We have to start working together. I spend a lot of my time trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to be able to help people, maximize their businesses. So let me tell you a little story. So the other night, I was on Facebook and I was looking up a restaurant. I was looking up a restaurant because I wanted to go there. Well, and it's a black-owned restaurant. It's a black-owned restaurant, and I've been there once, and I was just wowed. It was an awesome experience, and the food was great. Service was great. They even went and prepared stuff so that we could have it right then and there. And so I messaged the restaurant to ask if they were open, and the owner responded and said no. But here's the catch. Guys, when she responded, not only did she respond immediately, she responded with additional information. She responded with the itinerary for the days that they're open, the times that they're open, the events that are coming. And see, this wasn't a pre-filled message. She took her time and responded to what was going on. And see, this is what I need y'all to understand. This is what I really need you people to understand. If you're running a business, pick up your phone, respond to voicemails, respond to email, respond to Facebook messages. Let me tell you something. When somebody messages Motivational Brown Gyrlz, you know what we do? Amber has it on her phone. I have it on my phone. I have it on my tablet. We respond right away. Because what you'll never be able to say is that Motivational Brown Gyrlz isn't on time and they're not reliable. Because we're everywhere we need to be when we need to be there. And to be honest with you, we're in places that we don't necessarily need to be. Hey, hi Turk, I see that you're watching. Hey Adam, and just to let you know, what I'm discussing tonight is I'm talking to my black people, because my issue is that I am sick and tired of my black people acting like somebody owed them something. And I'm sick and tired of my black people acting like they got all the answers when they really don't have all the answers. Trust and believe. I look at my wall of accomplishments every time I walk into my living room. But guess what? Everything that I'm speaking to you, I didn't learn in college. You know where I learned it? I learned it sitting around my kitchen table with my mother and my father and my grandmother. And see, I'm looking over here because I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anybody's comments. Because see, what I need you people to understand is that This is real stuff. Hey, Zamaisha, how you doing? Shout out to Danville for your support. This is real stuff. I need you people to wake up and understand, my black people, nobody owes us anything. Nobody owes us anything, okay? Nobody. Stop waiting for somebody to come down and put money in your pocket. Stop waiting for a check to show up in your mailbox. Stop waiting for somebody to give you a chance and go out and make your chance. Hey, neighbor. And I hope I'm not too loud, but I'm fired up because I'm tired. I am tired of us as a black race of people being lazy, being weak, and being pitiful. We as black people are strong people. We are a people of pride, strength, and determination. Black people are a people of humility and shame. We are a people of great honor and great distinction. But you idiots want to get out here and walk up and down the street and call each other niggas and women calling each other bitches. That is not who we are as people. That is not who we are as people. It is unacceptable. Stop teaching your kids that it's okay to disrespect their elders. Stop teaching your kids to tell people that you not my mama, you not my daddy, you don't tell me what to do, because the reality is that a whole lot of you don't know who your daddies are. I'm tired. I am so tired, guys. I have a past. Let me tell you something, because see, this is what people fail to realize. People fail to realize that the only way that you can advocate to anybody or for anybody is if you've been through something yourself. Okay? So let me just walk you through some things. Hey Josh, how are you? I see you chimed in. Let me walk you through this. Let me walk you through this brown girl. Because, see, I don't even reference myself as black anymore. Because black is dirty. Black is on the bottom of your shoe. Black Friday is chaotic. See, what we've allowed people to do, we've allowed people to make everything negative with black. But see, when I also think about black, black is slimming. Black is streamlining. Black is something that you can wear with anything. See, this is what I need you to understand. If you say that you're conscious or you wear your blackness or whatever you want to say, I need you guys to understand that just because you can speak the language doesn't make you conscious. Okay? Case in point. I was just in deep conversation with a lady, okay? And in this conversation, we talked about a situation where she had given her all, okay? Given her all to someone that looks just like her, okay? She's black, brown, you know. And this, what she gave was stole. It was taken right from up under her. And implemented. Guys, stop stealing from each other. Stop it. I can't. Help me. Somebody help me. Because what happened to the black people that lived in the neighborhood where there was a black carpenter and a black grocery store owner and a black farmer and a black funeral home owner and the black nurse and the midwife? And then you had that one lady's house in the neighborhood that you could always go to and get a loaf of bread or get some sugar or get a meal if you were hungry. happened to that? Now we sit up in the house and hear gunshots and don't even call the daggone police. And we got little kids sitting in the house with their dead mama, daddy, and grandmother, all because we living by this dumb street code. I'm not gonna snitch. Let me tell you one thing. Don't snitch and you be dead. Don't snitch and your mama get killed. Don't snitch and your kids get killed. But all y'all people can do, and I'm talking about we as black people, the only thing we can do is get to walking and marching every time one of our boys gets shot down in the street. Well, you know what? I'm not marching nowhere. I'm not protesting Black Lives Matters. What I'm going to do is what any culturally proficient black person would do. I'm going to put my pen to the paper and I'm going to write letters to my local officials, to my state officials, and to my federal officials. Let me tell you something. This is what I need you to understand. Okay? The song goes, oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom over me. But before I be a slave, I be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free, okay? So, Frederick Douglass took that song when he went silently and organized so those slaves could escape, all right? So then, the next song was, we shall overcome. We'll walk hand in hand. That was Martin. They walked hand in hand. Our song is, we will rise. We will rise. And what that means is, we can't march like my mom and my grandmother and some of your grandparents did. We can't march like that. We can't march, guys. Because you people gonna put on social media when you get ready to march. They had silent meetings, y'all. They had silent meetings. They didn't tell everybody and their grandma when they was getting ready to march. Well, you know what? They didn't have social media, so that's why. I can't, guys, I can't keep sitting here. I can't keep sitting here letting my people be ignorant and oblivious to what's going on in the world. Let me tell you something. Let me go back to my story. So, the self-hatred in us black people is so bad that although I was raised in a household filled with love and, hey, Stephen, filled with love and joy and confidence instilled in me, that self-hatred that's been passed down through generations was so bad that my own grandmother would say to me, I hope you don't get dark like your daddy now. Now mine, my mama and my daddy was married for up 10 years. I always say they still married to this day, and my dad been dead for 13 years. But my grandmother was light-skinned, a little bit lighter than me, and my mother is brown-skinned. But my grandmother associated light skin with being superior. Well, see, the other thing is, I was an obese kid, you know? So, growing up in Danville, Virginia, you didn't find a whole lot of morbidly obese kids like myself. Because the size that I am now, I was probably this size at 10 years old. So I dealt with self-hatred off the strength of being an obese black girl. Okay, granted, I was smart. Granted, I played sports. Granted, I was super. But my point in telling you this, is that self-hatred will cause people to turn against their own people. But thanks be to God, I had a mother and a father who came out of that traditionalist generation, who understood, who lived through the Great Depression, who understood what oppression truly was, who understood what Jim Crow was, who understood what Black pride was, who understood what being conscious was, who understood where humility and shame in the Black community went, who understood that you do not talk about your own people with individuals of another race. We're all guilty of it. Because see, to a certain extent, we all have this cooning mentality. You know, we coon because we feel like we got to go along to get along. And you know, it wasn't too long ago that I thought that too. But see, when I left that area that I grew up in, my whole mental, my whole psyche started to change. And I started to see that, wait a minute. I don't have to put my bundles in a bun. I don't have to hide my tattoos with turtlenecks and long sleeves and 120 degrees because this is who I am. Everything that's on me symbolizes a place in my life. And I can sit here and say to you that I'm a hell of a lot more conscious now in 2017 than I was at the beginning of 2016. Because at the beginning of 2016, I still had a little bit of that cooning mentality. See, I felt like, okay, I here and a ha here and I here and a ha here. And people will, you know, respect me. But listen, guys. Stop cooning. Stop cooning. The other thing is this. Stop disrespecting your own Black brothers and sisters. If somebody tell you something and you get offended, say to them, hey, I'm offended. Stop being so defensive. Guys, we don't have to be defensive with one another. See, the thing is, you're defensive with the wrong people. You're defensive with the wrong people. Accept criticism. 9 times out of 10, people are going to give you criticism from a good place. I recorded my first track in the studio today. And when I got in there, I said to the guy, look, this is my first time ever being in the studio. So I need your criticism. And he looked at me like I was crazy. Guys, look. I'm going to tell you like this. You know, this whole motivational brown girl mission that we've been on, it's hard, okay? It's hard, and I get emotional because we have not arrived yet. Okay? A lot of you thought that when Barack Obama became president, I don't know why y'all thought the world was going to be a better place. You thought the world, what made you think that? That's that false sense of hope that you get from all this social media. I'm so sick of y'all hashtagging relationship goals on reality TV stars. Stop letting reality TV stars raise your kids. See, you know what? Black people used to raise their own kids. The TV is not supposed to raise your kids. Stevie J is not the epitome of a husband or a boyfriend. If anything, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama showed you how you're supposed to raise your kids. You keep your kids under your bosom. You keep them out of the spotlight as much as you can. You protect your kids. You teach your kids to fight with their intelligence and not with their fists. You teach your kids to fight with their written and spoken word and not with their guns and their razor blades. I need my black people to wake up. Now let me tell you something else that hurt me to my heart. This morning on the news, they were talking about the city of Richmond, and they were talking about a shortage of black teachers. And a Caucasian man stood up and said, it is evident, and research shows that black kids learn better with black teachers. Y'all think this thing is a plaything. Y'all think that because you go natural and you start putting on all this African art and jewelry that you are conscious. You are not conscious. You just as lost and as ignorant as you can be. Because when you become truly culturally proficient, conscious, and woke, you begin to understand the lineage from which you come. You begin to know that you had diamonds growing in your backyard. You begin to understand that you have to stand up and take care of your children as well as everybody else's. And y'all know I don't have kids, but everybody's baby that I come across is my baby. Why? Because I'm of the old school African American family where the village raised the child. I don't live by this not my baby, not my problem bull. I'm lost because you guys don't understand how people like Amber J and I are fighting for you guys. We are young African American women that are fighting. We're fighting to restore the humility, integrity, and confidence of our black men. That's a part of our mission. A part of our mission is to restore the confidence, the humility, and the integrity of our black men. But if we were talking about Beyonce being pregnant, and if we were talking about the latest thing on Love and Hip Hop, and if we were talking about Nicki or Ciara, you guys would support us. You know, the saddest thing that Jay and I deal with is the fact that the majority of our supporters are in that 35 to 75-year-old age frame. Why? Because those of you that are between 18 and 34, y'all still trying to party, still trying to live your teenage years all over again if you missed out on something. And You know, and the interesting thing is that I'm in the wrong place. The more Amber J and I move on this motivational brown girl mission, I'm starting to realize I'm in the wrong state. Richmond is a very, very culturally diverse area, but Virginia is Virginia. You know, and one thing you got to understand is this. And I'm gonna close out because I can't take no more. What I need you to understand is this. Stop trying to force things that aren't for you. Okay? Stop staying in situations just so that the outside world thinks that everything is okay. Stop teaching your children that they're entitled to something. Stop teaching your children that the more their shoes and clothes and pocketbooks cost, the more important they are. Stop teaching your children that this American dream is accessible with equity for all. Stop teaching your children that they don't have to respect anybody that's not their mama. Start teaching your children that they are brown and they are strong and they are powerful and they are intelligent and they come from a culture of strength, of entrepreneurial wealth and worth. Start teaching your children that they come from a people that took a religion that was used to control their minds and turned it into a foundation of praise and worship that allowed them to sing and pray and shout and dance themselves free. Start teaching your children the truth, y'all. Betty Lou and Bo Jones taught me the truth as a little girl. And because of that truth, I'm proud to be a brown girl. I'll walk in a room of Caucasians, Hispanics, Asian Americans, Brazilians, actual Europeans, Canadians, and hold my head up high. Because I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I come from a father with an 8th grade education. An 8th grade education that began a career in a business that not many black men really were doing at that time. He got hired with a company that they needed him. And he retired from that place. I come from a mother that graduated from high school and stayed in her hometown and worked in the school system. And then she went back in her 60s and 70s and continued to help them. So guys, when I tell you that I'm conscious and I'm woke, I've been woke for a long time. See, you people, y'all just really waking up. And you know, I strayed away a little bit because I thought I had the coon. I thought that, okay, I got these degrees, so I gotta, you know, coon a little bit so that they'll accept my education. But guess what, y'all? I'm to the point now, I don't care. I don't care if you don't accept me. Because I know I got it here and I know I got it here. I embrace my brownness. You will hear me say all the time, I am pro-black. But that does not mean anti-white. Pro-black means I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I come from. And I'm proud of where I'm going. I'm proud of who I am and I'm proud of whose I am. So, in closing, I say this to you. Wake up. Stop discounting and dissing your own black brothers and sisters. Teach your kids to respect authority. Because the reality is, if you don't, your kids are going to get shot down in the streets. Teach your kids to respect authority. Teach your kids that even if they have not done anything wrong, to apologize. Teach your kids that they don't have to respond to everything that somebody says to them, because you are not what you're called. You are what you answer to. On a daily basis, I sit back and have to bite my tongue when I see things that aren't right. Because you have to be careful when you work in the public sector. But what I said from this day forward is that my mission in life right now is to pray for direction and develop my future for myself in my own way, so that no constitution, no statute, and no local ordinance can tell me how I have to conduct myself and what I have to educate people on and how I have to present myself. I am who I am. I love who I am. And I will continue to embrace my brownness and empower my people to do the same. I'm your girl, Lillie Mae, aka MzLM of Motivational Brown Gyrlz. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I pray and bid you Godspeed, and you guys have a wonderful night.